What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It. I'm your host, Bando. Look, this past weekend, we had the undisputed heavyweight matchup between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. And I didn't do a full breakdown the proper way that I should have. I had something up there, but I didn't have a full proper breakdown the way that I should. But I'm coming through with a proper review. So let's get right into it. Let's go. Like I said, welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Bando. Usyk and Fury was this past weekend, and Alexander Usyk got the job done. Surprisingly, honestly, I did not expect him to do it. Now, I know Usyk is a very talented boxer, very skilled boxer. He's got good IQ in there and stuff like that, and he's been in there with some good heavyweights. But I didn't think that he was going to be able to handle what Tyson Fury was going to bring with size, with the weight advantage, all the type of things that Tyson Fury was going to bring. And Tyson did his thing for a little while, but I don't think he looked the way that we were used to seeing him, right? I expect him to see I expected to see him be much snappier with his punches, snappier with all of his jabs, his 1-2s. He was throwing beautiful uppercuts in a few of those rounds. It looked like from like round 2 to 6, 3 to 6, he was doing pretty well. You know, Usyk was finding shots though. Usyk the whole night, his left hand was finding Fury's chin. Fury did decent on the defense, but not like we're used to seeing, man. I thought he was gonna be a lot better. I thought he was gonna be a lot more defensive, and he really wasn't. He really didn't have that crazy head movement or anything like that in this fight. I thought he looked slow. I thought he looked just not his best. That's my opinion. That's not taking anything from Usyk, because Usyk did what he needed to do. He made the proper adjustments after the rounds that he was losing. He was getting caught with those uppercuts and everything like that. He figured out a way to make the adjustments, and he found Fury's chin, wobbled him, hurt him in the 9th round, had very close to finishing him, had the knockdown was scored. That knockdown completely screwed my entire bet. So I forgot what the odds were, but I bet on that fight, either winner, right? Either man winning, to be a majority decision. And the knockdown kind of screwed me on that. Brought that fight to a split decision. But weird knockdown too, a standing knockdown. We really don't see that too much. If you ask me, right? And I'm a Tyson Fury fan. I wanted to see Tyson Fury win this fight. But if you ask me, watching fights in the past and watching this fight, they could have stopped it right then and there. Think about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Now, granted, Errol was taking a little bit more damage in the rounds leading up to the finish, but Tyson was rocked. Tyson was hurt. His eyes rolled back. He was wobbling for sure. I seen a lot of refs stop fights for that same thing or even less. So Fury's lucky that fight didn't get stopped, honestly. Now you got Fury dealing with his first loss. And, you know, it doesn't seem like he's taking it the best, right? He's got a couple excuses here and there, talking about one excuse that stuck with me the most, that really bugged me. And it's shocking to see a guy like him in his position to say this. He said, if I knew I was down in the scorecards, if my corner would have told me I was down in the scorecards, I would have turned it up more in the last round. Bro, no matter what, you made it to the 12th round. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if your corner has to tell. Your corner shouldn't have to tell you that you're down, right? You should feel like you're down regardless because you made it to the 12th round. Unless you've been piecing this man up for 11 straight, you cannot go into the 12th round just confidently cruising. You cannot just confidently cruise. And Usyk put a little bit more, you know, a little bit more volume in the 12th round. If you really think about it, right, judges are going to look at things like that. A lot of judges are going to look at that last round, who was pushing the pace, who was showing. That's the last thing they see before they finish their scorecard, is the final round. So you got to make that your best round if you can. So in my opinion, Tyson Fury, that excuse is crap. That excuse is garbage. That is a garbage excuse, right? Now you want to say you won more rounds than him, that you should have got the decision. That's fair. I understand feeling that way. You've seen plenty of boxers feel that way when it comes to this, right? But to say that your team didn't tell you that you were down, you shouldn't even need that, bro. You should not even need that, and that's shocking to hear. You know, I think overall with the heavyweight division the way it is, you got a lot of guys in the heavyweight division making noise, right? You got Anthony Joshua's always there doing his thing. Usyk is now undisputed. Tyson Fury is always one of the kings of heavyweight boxing. Deontay Wilder, if he can get that win against Zhang, he's back in the win column. If he loses, then who knows what happens for Deontay Wilder. But then that puts Zhang in an even higher position, right? You got Joseph Parker coming off the win against Deontay Wilder. See what he has next. They even announced Deontay Wilder and Jared Anderson for sometime in August, which is like, yo, slow it down. Let Wilder get this fight with Zhang, because this is not no walk in the park fight. So you guys are booking fights without him even finishing the fight he's in. Let him finish the fight he's in. Let him get through that, and then we'll get to the next one. I like the matchup. I really do like the matchup, but I hate how boxing functions like that. What else in boxing? All this stuff for Ryan Garcia seems like it came back all negative, up and down. Who knows what the truth is? Who knows what the truth is? I feel like it could be more mind games, just in the long run. There's a long-term mind games that he's playing with Devin Haney, because they know that they're gonna rematch. That's the fight to make next. Still. So it's gonna happen. I don't see Garcia fighting Boots, so might as well just run Garcia and Haney back. But besides that, in the boxing realm, I heard there was an announcement that possibly getting Canelo and Terence Crawford, but seems like it might not happen. So I got some info from a good source. Shout out to my boy Dave. Shout out to the twins, Dave and Mike, both of them. These guys are absolute fight, just tons of knowledge in the fight game, tons of knowledge when it comes to boxing. Right, so he's a good source. He told me that Canelo turned down $100 million to fight Terence Crawford. $100 million. Now, is it that he can make that money fighting somebody of a lesser caliber than Terence Crawford, or does he just not want that smoke? I feel truthfully he doesn't want the smoke from David Benavidez. It's not that he's scared or anything, or he's ducking him, but he knows he's going to have to work more in that fight. Who knows? Maybe he's thinking that with the Terence Crawford fight. He could also be thinking Terence has to come up and wait. There's no benefit for Canelo in this fight except for money. But if you think about it, you get $100 million, right? Think about how much that fight would sell. That'd be one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in boxing for within the last five at least. I would think that'd be a huge fight if they built it properly, and I think they could. I think they really could build that properly. You got 2 pound-for-pound greats just going at it. I think that would be awesome to see. Absolutely awesome to see. But we'll probably never get it. If a man's turning down $100 million, then I'm assuming we ain't never gonna get it. So who the fuck knows, you know? Boxing's a strange sport, man. It really is a strange sport. Like, I already saw that they were talking about Usyk having to fucking vacate his IBF heavyweight championship, and I'm like, wait, I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? The man's got belts. He's got all the belts. He's got hella belts, undisputed. Right? So I don't understand why he would have to vacate that. Who knows? Could have been some BS. You always see some BS on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You see it on Instagram all the time. People making up fake news, fake pages and stuff like that. But who knows? Boxing is a strange freaking sport, man. Really is. It's a strange sport, and you got to sit back and feel like sometimes that there is like rigging. I don't want to call it rigging, but it, sometimes you feel like something seems a little fishy. Almost every main event that you watch, something feels fishy, or something comes out in the later end and you find out that it was fishy, and you're like, all right, there's always something. There's always something with boxing. But it's still a fantastic sport. One of the best sports. It's a sweet science. It's a beautiful science, and it is something to just, in my opinion, it's always something to be in awe of every time you watch these guys go up against each other. You see pure technical boxing, pure skill from a lot of these boxers, man. So it's enjoyable to get that. I love seeing that. A lot of people hate seeing a full 12-round fight. I like seeing the work getting put in through the 12-round fights. If it's a boring 12-round fight and no one's doing anything, that's a whole other story. But you see a lot with these top-tier guys, these elite-level guys, when they fight through 12 rounds, you see a lot. You see a lot. You learn a lot, too. You learn a lot from watching it. So tune in to the next boxing episode, because I'm back in the boxing sphere, man. I told you, I gotta make good boxing episodes. It's hard to keep up. There's a lot of boxing. There's a lot of belts. There's a lot of people. But I'm making videos about boxing. So stay tuned if you like boxing. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so you know when the next episode is out. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Your boy Bando's out. Peace.